What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero, and welcome to SFL Week 9. This battle is going to be up against Sam, coach of a team I still haven't looked up the name of. But regardless, it's going to be a great battle. I'm super excited for it. I'm super nervous for it, actually. We've got our team here. You can take a look at it, of course, while we wait for him to challenge us, which should be taking place any second. Again, we've got a very offensive squad, whereas he also has a pretty offensive squad. We both really only have 2 or 3 mons on our teams that are effective switch-ins and hazard setters and the like, and we both have a couple Volt turn cores. So it's going to be a very momentum-based, very offense-based battle. So I'm admittedly pretty scared because hyper offense in general, as I've been complaining the entire season, is very risk reward, and in one turn you can make huge grounds, you can make huge gains against your opponents, put yourself in a really good position to win, and in the same sense you can lose that position. You can put yourself back yourself in the corner and have to fight really hard just to even get to equal footing again. So I'm not a huge fan of it. I know Sam isn't either, but he has easily one of the best mons in this generation, Ash Greninja, that was actually banned from the NCPL because it's done so well in the SFL so far, and we all think it's broken. So we're gonna have to try and put up with that, of course. And little thing I mentioned in the previous video, but I know not all of you guys watch the team builder, but you should. Is I'm playing the battle music of Gladion because he's like a rival to me. He's always one of the better players in the leagues I've been a part of. And unlike Max, who's up there, it's pretty much usually the 3 of us that kind of maintain like the top tier in these leagues and always look forward to competition with each other. But Max has been my co-op coach for like that one co-op league, and that was a ton of fun. So I see him as more of like a friendly ally rival, so maybe more like Howl or something like that, maybe. But Sam is definitely Gladion, though he is indeed my ally when it comes to Love Live, as we defend it to all of the people amongst the league. So Sam, of course, watches all these YouTube videos too, so he's very well acquainted with my intro. So let's see what he brought. Sam, you're too good. Okay, so as expected, we've got Ash Greninja. I'm surprised by no Mienshao. He's got a scary team. I'm so nervous for this. So we got Ash Greninja. We actually don't know if he's Ash Greninja or not. I would imagine, but he's got a Scarf Rotom. From a speed standpoint, he doesn't have anything that hits that really high upper echelon tier yet. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's got Scarf Rotom, maybe Specs, Exploud. He's probably going for Parting Shot so that he can set up a DD or even a Belly Drum with Zard X. And Kecleon is there probably for Fake Outs and Shadow Sneaks, but I'm prepared for it. I think Xurkitree does really well in this matchup. I mean, I don't know what kind of Greninja he is. I would not be surprised if he was Torrent with Gunk Shot to prep for Tapu Fini. But what's kind of cool is we don't have to worry about Clef, which is, always really nice. But Noah's, of course, rooting for Samuel because if Sam wins, he doesn't have to do anything to claim first place in the league. All right, so I said it in my team builder, but I think my Omastar is my natural lead. It doesn't do a ton to his team, really, but I want to get up these hazards because any little bit of damage I can get on his Zard, on his Exploud, is really appreciated for Scizor, which can set up +2 BP and do a ton to whether it's Greninja, maybe even Zard X after Rocks. +2 probably KOs Exploud. Because of Fur Coat, it won't do as much to Persian, but yeah, it can do a lot. We've got some good switch-ins. I mean, I think Drapion is actually going to be really important here because it's a great switch-in to Persian, it's a great switch-in to Rotom, and of course, if I anticipate the Leaf Storm, and it's a great switch into Kecleon too. So there's Kecleon. I wouldn't be surprised if he's got a Grass-type move. I am going to want to set up my Rocks because he has no hazard control. So regardless, Stealth Rock are going up. As he goes for Drain Punch, becomes Fighting type. That only does 54%, but now we've got double the speed, which is nice. And we can get up a Toxic Spike. We could Earth Power if we wanted to. I could just go into... I don't know what he's planning. I don't know what he's, like, scheming about. Because anticipating another Drain Punch, of course, I could go into Tapu Fini, or I could go into Drapion, or my Scizor. All 3 of those would make sense. So I wouldn't be surprised if he went for, like, a Grass move here that he's hiding in the back. But honestly, I'm just going to go for Toxic Spike and set that up. He goes for Iron Tail. Ooh, interesting. I'm surprised he'd go for such an inaccurate move, especially because afterwards... Oh, so he was anticipating the Tapu Fini. Good to know for sure. So with that in mind, I can just go into Infernape here and go for Fire Punch, which is really cool actually, because he could go for Shadow Sneak to try to, what's it called? To try to become Ghost type on my close combat. But Fire Punch hits Steel type regardless, so if he doesn't go for priority Shadow Sneak, or even Sucker Punch, ooh, yeah, he's in a bad position with this, so I could gain quite a bit of momentum if I just go into my Infernape. We've got our T-Spike up. That's going to be really helpful for Greninja. It's going to be helpful for Exploud. We've got our Rocks up for Zard. So I'm actually pretty happy with where we are. It's not like we had Gastrodon to deal with anyways, so Zerk can put in a lot of work if I just get some damage going. Now, I think his natural switch into this is either Zard or his Persian. He doesn't really have a good switch in. So I think I Fire Punch, because Fire Punch into close combat should KO Zard, even if he stays regular form, I believe. So I'm going to run that calc real quick. Let's see here. Charizard X. Let's see here. I don't know. This is regular form because he would switch in on regular form. Yeah, Fire Punch into close combat would definitely KO. So I'm just going to Fire Punch here. Let's see what he goes into. He goes into this. Now, the thing is, this makes me think that he might actually be Scarf. He's only got one more turn left with this thing. So that's definitely worth noting. My switch into this is actually my Scizor. I can actually no, I Mach Punch here. I Mach Punch. Doesn't matter if he's Scarf, this thing's gone. So that takes a lot of defensive pressure off of Scizor. And yeah, like, guys, I told you, we're both playing very offensive. The last time I played Sam, I think it took 30 or 40 turns for the first Mon to die. And now each of us has lost a Mon and it's turn 4. That is hyper offense, guys. I did, however, reveal that I have Mach Punch. So he does need to worry about that with his Greninja at the very least. I think he was Scarf Exploud. He might have to go into his Scarf Rotom here. Or if his Kecleon has Fake Out, he might have to go for the Fake Out and then into Shadow Sneak. Otherwise, he's in a pretty bad situation, to be honest. He might have to go into Liepard here. Not Liepard. Persian and go for like a Fake Out and then a Parting Shot and then sack something. I don't know. Infernape does give his team some trouble, so it's looking overall pretty solid so far. I do want to get damage on I want to get damage on Rotom Mow. Once Rotom Mow has a decent amount of damage, Xurkitree can clean up. I'm really shocked he didn't bring Gastrodon, the only electric immunity on his team. So we shall see. What's he gonna do here? I mean, like I said, Infernape puts him in a tough position. He could live one hit as regular Zard, one close combat, I believe. Maybe. It's a roll. But also, he doesn't know if I have Stone Edge or if I have Thunder Punch or not. So that's not safe by any means on any, close combat is going to do a ton to Persian, Alolan Persian. Even if he goes for Foul Play, I mean, that might be his best play, to be honest. Fake Out into Foul Play. Either way, I think I just go into Drapion. I go into Drapion, and then he would probably Fake Out and then Parting Shot into his Zard X or his Rotom Mow. No, probably his Zard X, knowing that it doesn't really take much from what's it called, Drapion's attacks if it is offensive. So he goes straight into Zard. He's sitting clean at 51%. He's sitting clean at 51%, guys. Now, here's the thing. Close combat has a 27% chance to 2-hit KO. Actually, no, that's not really relevant. Let's see. If he's at 51%, it would be a really high roll we would need with close combat. Probably less than 80%. But Gunk Shot definitely KOs. And it's 80% accurate. He might just roost here, to be honest. If he DDs, we could Mach Punch afterwards, I believe, into Bullet Punch maybe? That is the question. Do we close combat here, or do we Mach Punch? I do want to keep this around. I don't know if he's carrying something for Tapu Fini, which is why it's kind of scary. He could just Dragon Dance here. The thing is, if I miss Gong Shot and he Dragon Dances, we're in a really bad situation. We're in a really bad spot. I think I'm just going to go for close combat. Because he could roost off damage from my Tapu Fini, probably. Because it's not like we'll take a ton from... Actually, no, we probably will. Let's see. Flare Blitz, Dragon Claw, okay, maybe not a ton. But he could roost off damage, and he could keep Dragon Dancing up, potentially. Which is pretty scary. Potentially 2 KOing us at one point. So we are in a little bit of a tough predicament. Does he Earthquake here? Does he Flare Blitz? Does he Dragon Dance? Does he just Roost? That's kind of where we're at. Does he predict my switch into Tapu Fini here and go into Rotom Mo? Is another question. That said, Infernape is really good against this team, so I don't really want to risk it. I think I'm going to go into Tapu Fini here, although I don't want this to get weakened for Greninja. How much does Drapion take? Drapion is defensive for a reason. Or not Drapion. Did I accidentally name my Drapion Acerola? I did. Oh, what a disappointment. Yeah, we live any attack from +1, probably. Let's see here. Yeah, that's what I'm EV'd to live. And we could Toxic it, which is neat. So we'll see what he goes in. It's a good, but Drapion is a good switch in for Kecleon and Persian. I don't think he has Water Shuriken. He might not have Water Shuriken with his Greninja. Oh, man. If we go into our Drapion, I think we take 2 hits at neutral. 2 Flare Blitzes. Maybe not, actually. I'll go into Drapion here. Because we can protect it, worst case scenario. And he just Roosts. So he Roosts. He stays in neutral form, which is good. Because now we can just Toxic. If he wants to go into... I think he stays in. Let's Toxic. He might anticipate an Earthquake and try to stay in neutral in regular form. You'll see. I made a mistake, Noah. Forgive me. It was a rushed. But yeah, no, if he goes into Rotom Mo, that's going to get Toxic and Rocks damage, which would be really big. I don't think he'll go into Rotom Mo, though. He could go into... Everyone's so disappointed in me. If he goes into Greninja, that's going to take Rocks plus a little bit of poison damage. Same goes with Kecleon, same goes with Alolan Persian, which is, like, great for me, to be honest. If he stays in, that's also pretty solid too, actually. Because if this thing gets poisoned, that means if it switches out, it comes back in on Rocks. It's only got a few turns, puts it in potentially Bullet Punch range, potentially in Mach Punch range, and I can protect a time or two to get some extra Toxic damage off, and then potentially Poison Jab to, you know, further along the process. It's not going to do a lot, but he can't roost it off, which is really nice. So he Megas here. Blast Burn. What? What is that? Blast Burn? LOL. Are you kidding me? Blast Burn. What a monstrous attack. What a monstrous attack. Base 150. How did he kill me, though? Oh. Oh, he's a special... Are you kidding me? He's a special Megazard X. You've got to be kidding. Sam, when you watch this, I'm so proud of you for that. That's so funny. as upset as I am that I lost my, what's it called? My Drapion. That is pretty cool. The side effect to Blast Burn is that he has to wait a turn to do anything again. So, what I can do is click Close Combat. Twice, I believe. Let's see here. Oh shoot, did I loop the music? Nope, I guess not. This is the music because Sam is a rival, as I explained at the beginning of the video. That's so funny, oh my god. Okay, so Close Combat should 2-hit KO. He doesn't have a switch in for it, maybe Scarf, whatever. I don't really have anything that just like straight up one-hit KOs this, which is pretty unfortunate. T-Bolt from Zerk would probably do a lot, to be honest. Let's see here. Or not. Dazzling Gleam could 2-hit KO, but he's Roost, Blast Burn. Let me just check real quick here. Smogon, Blast Burn. Make sure that he does indeed have to wait one turn. Yeah, user cannot move next turn. I already saw it. Now the question is... no, I don't think so. I think we just go to Infernape here and click Close Combat. Yeah, Close Combat. Ooh, big damage. So, he's now able to move. How much does our Mach Punch do? It should KO from this point, probably. Very probably. At this point, I think he'll just sack this because it dies the turn it comes in. So I'm gonna Mach Punch here. Actually, no. Wait, whoa. Why did I just Mach Punch? I think we just Close Combat again. How much would... I think a Kecleon's Fake Out could do a lot to us. This is Life Orb, of course. I think he's Assault Vest because he loves that set. Sucker Punch wouldn't do a lot. Fake Out could do a decent amount. What about Shadow Sneak? Of course, all these become Stab, which is pretty cool. I don't know if the calc is showing that or not. Because of Protean. So, like, if I were to add Ghost... okay, no, it doesn't. Or I think it already accounts for Protean, which is pretty cool. So at +1, I think we still live any one of the priority attacks he could go for. So I am just going to Close Combat again, as he sacks that, which is to be expected. That also takes a lot of defensive pressure off of Tapu Fini, to be used almost exclusively for Greninja. Okay, so here's the thing. Greninja probably outspeeds me, probably... is going to go for Water Shuriken here, if I had to guess. I'm just going to go Hard Tapu Fini. He could predict this and go for Gunk Shot. That would be a great play on his part, but he goes for Water Shuriken. He's got to play safe. And is that damage? What? Back at full, though. Now, here's the thing. He could be running Gunk Shot. Like I said, if you look at Greninja's wonderful move pool, he's not Protean. He's definitely not Protean, because that's banned in our league. But, what's it called? Why is the music all messing up? Or it could just be my headphones. My headphones have been acting up lately, which is less than ideal. But I believe he's got Gunk Shot. Does he have any Steel-type moves? Hidden Power, of course. But outside of that, I don't think he's got, like, Iron Tail or anything like that. So what we can actually do is, I think we're going to scout here. We're going to go into Scizor here on the potential Gunk Shot. Oh. So we scout for the Gunk Shot and it does not seem like he has it. Why does this not get Toxic? Huh? That's so weird. Why did... I'm very confused. Why did he not get poisoned? I don't know why this wouldn't get poisoned. It's not poison type. It's not flying type. It doesn't have levitate. I don't know what item would prevent him from getting poisoned though. That's very strange. Hang on 1 second. Let's figure this out. Okay, yeah, this is very strange. Oh, wait, lol. We're still in Misty Terrain. Oh my god, I'm being stupid. Okay. I was gonna say, I've never heard of one that would do that. So, Drain Punch, Iron Tail, this thing gets a lot of different types of punches and all that. I wouldn't be surprised if a Fire Punch came out here, to be honest. I do kind of want to just U-turn. We might outspeed this depending on what set he is. We could do a lot of damage to it. It depends. Well, I can't even believe I forgot about Misty Terrain. Bullet Punch would probably do a lot. It would probably do a lot. I don't care about you, Razor Synapse. Get out of my screen. The thing is, do we SD here? Do we just straight up SD? Then he would have to go into Persian pretty much. Or even Rotom Mow. But how much would Kecleon's Fire Punch do? A lot. is what I'm getting from that. We don't have a chance of getting burnt, which is pretty cool. I know he's got Iron Tail. I think we just U-turn here. If he's got Fire Punch, that sucks. But after this, we just go into Infernape. Yeah, I think I'm just going to U-turn here. Okay, nice. So he goes into this. We're going to get some good damage off with this U-turn. Oof. Call that good damage. Now, Persian. Let's see here. Alolan Persian has an ability called Fur Coat, which I believe halves the damage from physical attacks. So that's why we got to be really careful. Our Mach Punch should probably still 2-hit KO. Or KO at this point. If he's max HP, max defense, it actually might not. But we don't have... Actually, we do have something faster. We have Komida. Is this the beginning of the end? Let's see here. So, at this point, Xurkitree might be able to sweep. Dazzling Gleam definitely KOs this. The question is Rotom W. Rotom Mow, I think is what it's called in here, yeah. So, Scarf, it could outspeed us, which is worth noting. Dazzling Gleam at +1 would not KO after Rocks. So that's definitely worth noting as well. I think I go into Xurkitree and Volt Switch. Yeah. Yeah, I think we just Volt Switch here. We definitely outspeed. Oh, he could Fake Out here. Does he want to just Fake Out here? I don't really need a lot of health on this, do I? Oh, I totally forgot about Fake Out. Jeez. He knows I'm Scarf now, pretty much. I'll just Volt Switch. If he wants to Fake Out, he can do that. But he's probably going to go into this. Yes, we get a little bit of damage off on this. Nice. Doesn't seem like a lot, but that little bit of chip damage is actually pretty important. Now, I do think he's Scarf. So we'll see what we can do here. I do want to get a little bit of chip damage, and then I think we could be able to win. He's got a lot of priority left. Like, the rest of his team just has a bunch of priority, which is really scary. The thing is, if we go into Tapu Fini, I would say we could try to bait the Leaf Storm, but we really don't need to. What we can do is, I really don't like this thing, because I think it's Scarf. I really think it's Scarf. I really think it's Scarf. And I don't have a lot on my team that takes it. Let's see here. How much would Komida take from a Volt Switch from this? Not a lot. I think we go into Infernape, and we bait the Volt Switch. If he's Scarf, he'll stay in and go for Volt Switch. If not, he'll switch out. And on the Volt Switch, we go into Komida here. And we don't take a lot, and then we outspeed everything that could possibly come in. I want to see how much Ash Greninja, or Greninja's, what's called Water Shuriken would do. That specs Greninja's Water Shuriken to Xurkitree, but I don't think he specs, and he's also not Ash Greninja form yet, which is really important too. So, yeah, we definitely just scout here to see if he's Scarf. Because, yeah, given Water Shuriken did like no damage to Tapu Fini, and he's not even Ash Greninja form yet, even if he specs and he's regular Ash Greninja form. Yeah, this Water Shuriken is what, 3 hits, and he doesn't even have a chance to guarantee that. And so basically, if he does Volt Switch here, we go into Xurkitree and we pretty much pick up another kill. He could have Sucker Punch or something like that with Kecleon, though I'm not sure if he does yet, but we live 1 hit anyways, and we pretty much take out Kecleon then. I don't think he has Fake Out with Persian, because if he has Fake Out with Persian, he definitely would have gone for it against Infernape to get a little bit of chip damage. So, yeah, so I don't think he has Fake Out with Persian, which makes me think he has Parting Shot, Foul Play, and a couple other moves. I don't actually really know a lot about Alolan Persian. So let's go to more wonderful Smogon and see what exactly, not Uber, Sun and Moon, what exactly Persian does in this generation. I know it's got like really fast, it's got a lot of speed, but outside of that, my internet is being bad. So we'll wait patiently. Aerial Ace, could have some stat reducing moves. No, it gets Fake Out. What else? Hypnosis, that could be interesting, of course. Power Gem, Shadow Claw, doesn't really have a lot to hit with. So I'm really surprised if he doesn't have Fake Out. Oh, and let's see what happens. Okay, so that's really important. Guys, that is really important, because this means he's probably not Scarf Rotom-Mow, which means Scarf Xurkitree could just clean this up right now. Now, the question is, what attack do we go for here? If he's Kecleon, Thunderbolt. But now, here's the thing. Is he Assault Vest? Is he Assault Vest? I think he is. I really do think he's Assault Vest. And the question is, what attack does he go for here? Probably Drain Punch, if I had to guess. And from our scouting earlier for Fire Punch, I don't think he has an attack to hit Scizor with. So I am going to go into Scizor here, which is relatively defensive, and see what he wants to go for. As he just goes for Knockoff. Okay. Ooh, that's scary, because he could have... but I do think he's Assault Vest at this point. He also really likes Assault Vest Kecleon. And if he's Assault Vest and really bulky, we probably outspeed him. So I can pretty safely U-turn here, knowing I'll probably KO him with my Scizor, because we do have a decent amount of attack investment. Yeah, and that's to a neutral Kecleon. Obviously, he's probably bulky. So I think we just safely U-turn? Yeah, we just U-turn here. Oh, and he Shadow Sneaks. That's a good play on his part. But we know he has that now, which is pretty cool. So we know his whole moveset. We know his moveset. And now we can... now we go into Kamida and click Dazzling Gleam, I think. If Dazzling Gleam KOs this, we are good. I don't think Ghost resists Fairy, does it? No. If he's Assault Vest, ooh, I don't like that. The thing is, a +1 Thunderbolt probably won't KO Rotom-Mow. Yeah, not even after Rocks, which is disappointing. I think a Fire Punch from Infernape will, though. Let's see how much we take from... Let's see here. Infernape's Fire Punch. Kecleon, of course, assuming he's bulky. Let's see here. We'll throw a bunch of HP there. Yeah, Fire Punch will KO, probably. Strong, probably. Because he's probably not max defense, even. Max defense Assault Vest doesn't seem like the case. The question is, how much do we take from a Shadow Sneak? Because that is all he could really hit us with. And that is a Life Orb Shadow Sneak. That's not going to do a lot. So at this point, I do think we just go into this, and we click Fire Punch. That's going to do a lot of damage. Yeah, and that's like all he really can do in that situation is just get a little bit of chip damage off. I only have 3 more hits left. I think he's got to go into Greninja here and go for Water Shuriken. He could try to make a play, but this thing is just getting chip damage at this point, and it's getting put in range of Xurkitry's various moves, or Bullet Punch. I do want to keep this alive because this deals with Rotom Mow really well. So I am just going to go back into Tapu Fini. Let's see if he U-turns. Oh, he goes into Rotom Mow. Good on his part. That said, he's now even weaker. Which means I'm even closer to a Xurkitree sweep. Now I think I just go into my Scizor here, because he could Leaf Storm here. If he Leaf Storms here, that's really bad for him, because then I just get a free chance to set up or roost. If he Volt Switches, I don't think my... actually, let me see real quick. Xurkitree, based on how much damage he did before, I don't know what item he is necessarily. He might be Specs. Volt Switch did how much? 25%, I think? Let's scroll through here real quick. Oh no, we didn't even see. We don't even know. He's not Scarf though. So he might be Specs, which is scary, of course. So let's take a look here. A Specs Volt Switch would not KO us. A Specs Thunderbolt might? No. Unless he's modded. Oh no, modded Specs doesn't. Yeah, I'm going to go into Scizor here, and then we get chip damage on anything. And we KO... I think we KO Persian after Rocks. And if he Volt Switches, that's cool. He forces himself out, and then we'll take chip damage yet again, putting himself potentially in Mach Punch range 2. We're setting up for the Xurkitree sweep, guys. We're setting up for the Xurkitree sweep. So, we shall see. Oh, man. Oh, man. It's coming down to the wire. It's coming down to the wire. If he Volt Switches here, I mean, does he go for HP Fire, anticipating the Scizor? At this point, he knows that his Rotom Mow pretty much forces me to sack something. But yes, my Infernape is really helpful because... I wonder why he switched. He just hard doubled. He hard doubled because he was afraid of you turning, I'd imagine, on a potential Mach Punch. If I Mach Punch there, that would have been GG, pretty much, because this would have taken Mach Punch damage. And Mach Punch damage would definitely do a lot to it. Yeah, it would 2 a KO. So that would be really important. But he made up a good double on his part, such as offense. Need to pull those doubles. We still don't know what set he is. We really don't, which is the scary thing. But yeah, if he Volt Switches, whatever comes in is going to take poison damage and rocks damage, which means I'm that much closer to clicking Dazzling Gleam with my Xurkitree and winning. Okay, that's interesting. We switched out first, so we know he's not Scarf, which we already knew actually. And Thunderbolt did 48%. Thunderbolt did 48%. So let's run some calcs real quick. Thunderbolt only did 48. So he's not Specs. So he's not Specs, basically. So at this point, I'm pretty sure we just sack. Yeah. At this point, we just sack and Bullet Punch to put it in range of Dazzling Gleam from Xurkitree. Yeah, because it's already, yeah. So we're just going to Bullet Punch here. Get some chip damage, 22%. He Thunderbolts again. And now we go into Xurkitree and click Dazzling Gleam. And that should be GG. Because, yeah, we'll get a nice Beast Boost. What if he's AV? If he's AV, we still have a good chance of KOing, I believe. Is he Modest, even? Thunderbolt. Modest specs. Actually, yeah, let's run a calc real quick to see if he's got some bulk investment or if he's all invested in his attack. So Scizor, here's my Scizor here. Now this is specs. We know he's not specs because it didn't do that much damage. But let's see here. Scarf. So he's got to be modest, right? He's got to be modest to do 48%. Is he specs then? Is he specs? Oh, he is specs, but he doesn't have max special attack investment, I'd imagine, and got a really low roll. Maybe he's timid. And maybe he's got a little bit of bulk too. That would make a 48% roll live. Either way, Matt. Either way, Sam. For when you look at this, know that we had enough SPDF investment and HP investment to live a high roll too. So before like any hacks and all that, you know. Just covering bases. Just covering bases. But. So I think he is specs, which means we can go into Circuitry and click Dazzling Gleam, and that should be the game, I believe. Unless he has some uber crit with Water Shuriken and Fake Out. Yeah, I think maybe if he sacks here and then goes into Persian, yeah, no, it's got to be, he has to KO me with the combination of Water Shuriken plus Fake Out, I believe. Or if he's Scarf Persian even. So Dazzling Gleam, we get our Beast Boost, which is really nice. He's not Scarf. He's not Scarf. When we switched out, actually no, I don't know if he's Scarf. Actually, I don't think he's Scarf, right? This is his last hope, I believe. We might see that he is Scarf. Either way, if he goes for Water Shuriken, we live it. And we KO him. But if he is Scarf and goes for some other move that KOs us, we KO him with Mach Punch from Infernape. So we do click Dazzling Gleam here. He's got hope for 5 hits and crits on all of them, probably. But he gets 4 hits. And yeah, now we've got... That should be GG. Because now he's also in Mach Punch range, worst case scenario. So I think that's GG. If he wants to KO us, he also needs, and he is suddenly Scarf. He needs to go for Leaf Storm, which means he won't KO. He'll lock himself into Leaf Storm and wouldn't KO Tapu Fini without a crit. So GG, Sam. GG. It's always fun playing Sam. I don't know if you guys noticed, but throughout the whole match, it was a lot of thinking really hard, having to scout for moves, pulling doubles, and getting momentum, and trying really hard to get in his head and see what he might be doing. And of course, he brought his own tricks and surprises. But yeah, it was really fun on my end to play someone of his caliber. So we'll hit him up with a nice GG. And yeah, thank you, Sam. That was a fun battle. I'll probably be playing Sam again for the first week of playoffs. So if you guys enjoyed watching this match, you got a lot more fun coming. And of course, we're going to have to change up the team because Sam is going to watch this video. He's going to scout this video. He's going to watch this match, I'm sure, and do what he can to win, especially when a lot more is on the line in the playoffs. But anyways, if you guys are excited for the playoffs, if you guys are ready to cheer for me, let me know in the comments below. Hit that like button. Really appreciate all the positive energy. And I'll see you guys next week for the beginning of playoffs. But until then, this has been Midnight Zero, and this mission is complete.